There's a whole lot of information missing on some of these upcoming products, and we're going to take an interesting crack at this. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So, OTS is around the corner here. We just came through the tins, and, you might notice a couple things that were missing. No Tactical Talents reprints. There's been no evenly reprints here. So this kind of begs the question, are these cards up for Ultimates? Now, Konami has proven to us that they can take cards that have already had Starlight Rares and actually reproduce these cards as Ultimate Rares. Now, the first question I asked to you is a Triple Tactics Talent Ultimate Rare in the future? The answer is quite possibly, especially when you're starting to look through like the OTSs here and you're looking at these upgrades. Would an Ulti Talents, send down the price of the Ulti? It very well could. Looking at things right now that could see the potential Ulti slots, I definitely kind of like the idea of having Talents as an ulti. Another thing that I think is time that we get an ulti would honestly be evenly matched. Evenly at this point has just been super, like, we've been through how many secret rares at this point in time? How much more could we hold behind? And the fact that we just dodged a reprint for it kind of makes me think it's either going to be a collector's rare at some point much further down the line here in January when the next set comes out, or we could see it get a potential reprint in Brothers. But I'm not going to lie to you, an ultimate rare evenly matched would be amazing. It would definitely go with like the theme of coming off of the Solemn Brigade for all the ulti Solemns that we've had. I actually would be very, very, very fine with that. So Konami, if you're listening here, please step up to bat here and please give us an ultimate evenly or an ulti talent. I think both of those would really fit the bill. And you already know as we're going forward here in the future OTS packs, Konami, if you're not going to use this opportunity to upgrade the wasteland of, like Sprite Smashers, half of the tier element monsters that are commons in the set, you need to take a look at these particular things and you need to do upgrades to these because, man, oh man, I understand a lot of the players were like, yeah, they were happy to see like lower rarity common stuff, but you also have the side of the player base that's looking at these particular cards and going, I want upgrades for this. So OTS 20 needs to be that pressing point, or OTS 21, I guess. Depends on how, I guess the real question is, how long does Konami want these decks to be relevant, ladies and gentlemen? Because it's always a very scary thought when you open up Pandora's box here and you're like, well, how long does Konami plan on having Sprite stick around for? How long do we plan on having, this deck stick? It's a very scary thing at the end of the day. I hope the answer is not too long, but alas, we will have to wait and see. So from where I'm sitting right now, yeah, we really, really need to see upgrades. I would definitely expect some of those upgrades to be rolling out here in the near future. So that's something that you'll get the chance to personally look forward to. All right, so let's fast forward here. You got the Crystal Beast structure deck rolling out here. You've got Battles of Legend rolling out here as well. You've got, in that Battles of Legend set, that we're probably going to get the Blue Eyes White Dragon imported from Japan. The very rare dragon. It was basically the English proof version of that card that they saw in the anime. Typically, we do end up following that trend because we followed it with the Astro Utopia and the Astral Leviathan in the past. So I'm actually expecting that we will follow that trend here and we will get the Blue Eyes imported in Battles of Legend. But the next question you kind of got to ask yourself here is, this year has been the year of the Crystal Beast, all right? Are we going to get a Rainbow Dragon? Like, are we going to, in Darkwing Blaster battles, are we going to give a higher rarity Rainbow Dragon? The Ghost Rare was how far back? Like, when you look back at that point, like, I was sitting down. I was thinking about this. Is like, wow, like we got the Dark Crystal Beast coming, like a Rainbow Dragon or a Rainbow Dark Dragon here as like an iconic homage to that would be amazing. All right, like even if they don't do something like that for Battles of Legend, if they went into Darkwing Blast in the Blackwing set and gave us a Rainbow Dragon Starlight, that would be absolutely amazing. I think that would be really cool to see some sort of higher rarity Rainbow Dragon / Rainbow Dragon out here to kind of, for the amount of Crystal Beast stuff that's coming. Because those are two very big cards that you're going to see rolling down the line here. Two very big products. I mean, does Crystal Beast overall impact the competitive metagame? Honestly, not really. But that doesn't change the scope of the player base taking a look at these particular things and going, this does have an application, this does have something, and it kind of lines up with the scope of things. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of potential upgrade to Rainbow Dragon as a Starlight and Darkwing Blast, or maybe one of the two supposed things that would be following the trend with here for Battles of Legend. I think Rainbow Dark Dragon as a Starlight would be absolutely amazing. All right, but I don't think we'd go with that trend. I feel like they would go with the original concept for that. So those are two very big things. I mean, honestly, like OTS 20 definitely makes sense. The Blue Eyes should be a pretty big given here. I'd be really surprised if they don't follow that trend. And there's just too much on the table right now to not see like some sort of higher end Rainbow Dragon. I really hope. I just want to laugh really hard if they import Rainbow Dragon in the Darkwing Blast set as the promo card. That would be so hilarious. But it feels like it would go in battles if they actually end up doing something like that. You know what I mean? The other thing here that kind of has me a little bit interested is Lost Art reprints. Lost Arts at this point in time have been something that have been kind of sticking around for a little while here. And I understand that, they are pretty much one and done, but like something like the Monster Reborn, like the Exodia pieces, would be nice to get as Ultimate Rares. Like, I hate to tell you this, but like, yeah, Ultra Rare is a nice rarity. But I would like to see a Lost Art Ultimate Rare Monster Reborn. I'd like to see, I still want to see an Ash Blossom Ultimate Rare. I guess I should get my priorities straight here. I would like to see an Ash Blossom Ultimate Rare, but I'd also like to see the Alternate Art Monster Reborn get an Ultimate Rare as well. Like, that would be absolutely amazing. I know, priorities a little bit up in the air here. All right, but everybody's been asking for this Ash Blossom. Everybody's been asking for, some of these things. But I don't think Ash Blossom's up for this particular thing yet, because they just did the Secret Rare reprint. All right, like right now I'm just kind of looking at cards that haven't got reprints, like Talents, like Evenly, and I'm just like, these cards need these things. So like on the OTS argument, yeah, Ash Blossom would be fantastic. But I feel like an Ulti Ash is something that you particularly advertise to your player base. Like that makes sense. You're like, hey, you want your upgraded hand traps? Well, here's your chance to do so. So I'm a little bit on the fence about that particular interaction at this point, but that's kind of where we're sitting right now with that. So, but please, Konami, give some consideration to taking some of these alternate art cards, these Lost Arts, and actually producing these into something that the community actually wants to see. Like, I think for the most part, that would be an amazing idea. One last thing I want to touch on here. If you're looking at Darkwing Blast conceptually as a set, and you're not expecting to see some of the things that are coming, I'm still predicting that some of the Beasted cards are going to end up Secret Rares, and I'm definitely full sending here that you're definitely going to end up seeing La Fenrir probably in the highest rarity in the set, and Secret Rare as well. If you're looking at this set and looking at like the Konami approach to things, and you're straight going, no, there's no way the La Fenrir or the Beasted cards won't end up in some sort of Secret Rare slots, you're absolutely just lying to yourself. I think that's pretty big given at this point that Konami probably plans on using those particular cards in higher rare slots. We'll have to wait and see here in the near future if I end up being right about that. But looking at that set as a whole, I think that's going to be the play from Konami overall. So a lot of very basic stuff in this video that you would generally expect out of things that you probably have realized, but I'm kind of curious because with all of this information lining up with all these releases, it's a lot of the pieces are starting to fall into place here. So we'll see if these predictions end up being right. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And well, I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.